From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. This taken in right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
One, ready? 12. Right, 80.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Burrow throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
11. Here we go. 11. Can. Side.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. The Bengals sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
A gain of a yard makes it.
Now it's Burrow. He'll try and do this himself. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Cover 19.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They run here with Dowdle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rico Dowdle, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Gun. Dot. Right 80. Right hot.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On 2.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Dot.
Right back to Brown. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 20-yard line. 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd
11
and
MT
2.
tape.
Now it's Burrow. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. So nothing doing there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
11 MT. 180. 180 hot.
Now Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
Here we go. Can. 11 Thomas. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Brown is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hot. 180. Right hot. 11 MT. Hot.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. On the RPO, that's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete. Bernard. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. With the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Warren, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And
Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and
1-1, ready?
at the Steelers' 46-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
Here's Burrow. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
Gotta go score.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
3rd and 2.
Eleven. 11. Shot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. 11. Big 13. Big 13. Eleven. Shot.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Play action. It's Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Steelers.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
First down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Rambo 80. Go, Rig. Go.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he comes back with one complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7.
Lightning 18.
In motion left is Wilson.
Head to 60.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 80 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They run again with Dowdle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rico Dowdle with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
21. Bengals 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Wide 80.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
11 MT, 11 MT. 12, 12, 12.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. 180. Running hot. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. Got a man. That's Leggett. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 180, 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's a foot race. Takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Extra point now by Boswell. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here we go.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Gun. Dot. 180. 11. 11. Dot.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And some room to roll now.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen.
Evan McPherson to kick off for
So
Cincinnati.
time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys. Will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want that victim to it themselves.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll look to throw again.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On play action, they'll throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the 1st and goal.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, smash!
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Bengals 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. That one complete to the gap. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Stop.
Burrow will throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That's complete. It's Mitchell Tinsley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I got it. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Here we go. Stop.
And Burrow going to throw again. That's taken in by Higgins. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been fooled.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On line, ready? Here we go. Stop.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
4 yards.
11.
It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
The kickoff for Cincinnati.
And he's
he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. He'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
70 Lions. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Street, ready to work,
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to say,
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Steelers 42, Bengals 14.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
and you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
12, 11, 11. 11, MT.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And this will be taken at the 13.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A running play. It's Dowdle. Breaks through the contact. Inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rico Dowdle, 74 yards. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here we go. 180.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase,
59 yards.
and the Bengals are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
176 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. Wouldn't we clip out the box score? Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their
Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, hugging, they do. I've been